Hello everyone, myself Kailashpati Maurya. I will be discussing about my thesis topic, which is planning for recreational development around the lakefront, Budha Talab, Maharaja Ban Talab and Tikrapara Talab, Raipur. In Raipur, existing open recreational areas adds up to around 12 lakh square meter. But if you consider water bodies also, the total area comes around 81 lakh square meter. URDPFI norms says that in any city, 10 to 12 square meter per person open space is desirable. Based on 2011 census population, it is around 1.18 square meter per person in Raipur, which is very less. But if water bodies are taken into picture, it comes around 7.92 square meter per person. Though the surface area of all the water bodies cannot be used for recreational purposes, but waterfront development can cater to the future needs indeed. Now coming to the study area, the three lakes are situated at the center of the Raipur, out of which Budha Talab is the largest and oldest lake in the city, whereas near Maharaja Ban Talab, Dudhadhari Mutt is situated, which is one of the oldest temples in Raipur. The three lakes are mainly underutilized due to the improper accessibility and lack of planned development. Budha Talab is developed out of the three, but people prefer to go to Telibandha Talab and Naya Raipur as they are easily accessible. Planning area is shown in red boundary, which was selected while considering criteria like adjacent land use, presence of underutilized land, immediate land-water interface, and proposals for development in the future. The aim of the thesis was to develop the three lakes into a tourist destination, following a systematic approach by planning outdoor recreational activities and urban design solutions. The objectives to achieve the aim includes analyzing the present land use, site potentials, study of the completed or ongoing projects, data collection and analysis, and finally provision of green spaces and recreational areas. Scope of the thesis involves strategic measures, improved accessibility to the lakes, utilization of potentials and preparation of broad level plans with some detailed action area plans. The limitation to the project is that the broad level planning will be done only based on the data available and detailed fiscal calculation is beyond the scope. This is the methodology following which the thesis was proceeded stage-wise. Now we will discuss about data collection and data analysis. Data was collected through primary and secondary sources. Primary sources were tourists, households, commercial, expert opinion and visual survey, whereas secondary data was collected from government agencies, educational institutes and practicing professionals in the field. This is the visual survey around the Budha Talab showing the existing situation of the place. As we can see, the lake is already an attraction point for visitors with the presence of Central Island Park, indoor stadium, Sham Talkies, boating deck and walkway around the lake. This is the visual survey for Maharaja Ban Talab. The area is mostly surrounded by residential development and has Dudhadhari Mutt at the south. Existing scenario of the Tikrapara Talab is also similar to Maharaja Ban Talab. Its condition is more worse than the other two lakes due to no development around the lake followed by low visual and physical access. It has an existing park at the north and a graveyard at the south. Now looking at the hydrology of the three lakes. Budha Talab receives its inflow from stormwater drains and municipal drains. The outflow of the Budha Talab acts as an inflow for Maharaja Ban Talab along with the stormwater also. Similarly, Tikrapara Talab also receives its inflow from stormwater and has outflow towards highway at the south. Budha Talab, being at the center of the city, is connected from various parts of the city but through highly populated and dense area. Other two lakes have good connectivity from the highway at the south and from Budha Talab at the north. Traffic data was taken around Budha Talab as it has maximum traffic amongst all three lakes. As you can see, stretch AB is the busiest of all the nodes followed by DA. Node BC has got minimum traffic. These are the existing parking locations, pedestrian ways and ROW of existing roads inside the planning area. The roads surrounding the Budha Talab have maximum ROW excluding the one in front of the park entrance. Other than that, roads inside residential areas have less ROW due to encroachments. After data collection and visual survey, SWOT analysis has been done for each lake. It was done by dividing all three lakes into further subzones based on their characteristics. SWOT analysis has been done for each subzone individually. These were the SWOT analysis for subzones of Budha Talab. This is the SWOT analysis for subzones of Maharaja Ban Talab. And this is the SWOT analysis for subzones of Tikrapara Talab. Now coming to the primary data collection through various surveys. Tourist survey was taken to find out their age group, their area of residence, the attraction point and the problems which they face around Budha Talab. This is the priority of development of various activities around the lake by tourists, which focuses mainly on water sports, provision of more sitting areas and parking facilities. Household survey near Budha Talab was taken to find out the present relationship between the residents and the lake, also to find out how they are affected by the lake being a tourist spot. The priority of development for residents are mainly improvement of water quality and solid waste management around the lake. Household survey near Maharaja Band Talab was taken to find out the present use of lake, the major problems and future potential for various zones. The major priority of development for them is improvement of water quality and solid waste management around the lake. Similarly, household survey near Tikrapara Talab was done to find out the present use of lake, the major problems and future potential for various zones. The major priority of development for them is improvement of water quality, solid waste management around the lake, new recreational areas and commercial area development. Commercial survey was done near Budha Talab to find out how their business are related with the status of the lake and their opinion about commercial development potential in future. This is the priority of development from commercial survey. Expert opinion survey was taken to get an insight from professionals about the lakes and their relationship with the city in various contexts. These are some of the issues with lakes at the present with which they agree. This is the priority of development by expert opinion survey, which prioritize improvement of water quality, solid waste management and provision of green walkways with sitting areas along the lake. Now multi-criteria decision-making analysis was done to find out preference of development activities. It was done by comparing various activities using AHP process and combined by applying different weightages. This is the example of one lake after applying weightages. This was the final preference list for development which came for Budha Talab. This was the final preference list for development which came for Maharaja Band Talab. This was the final preference list for development which came for Tikrapara Talab. After getting the preference for development activities, interventions were taken in form of proposals and recommendations. Proposal objectives were for 4 fields, which were land use, environment, urban design and transportation. Planning area was broadly divided into 2 types, active public areas with new recreational activities and passive public areas with less visitors interaction, while incorporating some design principles. The broad planning strategies for various subzones around the lakes are formulated based on data analysis. Based on these strategies only, their proposals were given for each subzone. In the proposed land use, recreational area has been increased along with the introduction of public utilities and commercial area. Recreational area in total increased from 1.8% to 8.6% and commercial land of 3100 square meter has been proposed. This is the proposed land use map of the planning area with share of each land use given. Development proposals in the planning area follow some development guidelines which are formed considering aspects like natural features and landform, built-up form, urban landscape, open spaces and circulation. Now coming to the proposals for each lake. These are the development proposals around Budha Talab including all zones. Each zone will be discussed in detail. Zone BT1 will act as a visual gateway for the site and will have entrance mural for the visitors along with a viewing deck, whereas Zone BT2 has been proposed as a new recreational zone with development of walkways, sitting ghats and jetties on the lake. It will also have a combination of motorized and non-motorized roads, the detail of which will be shown later. In the Zone BT3, existing sitting infrastructure along the lakefront will be improved with 2 viewing decks in between. In BT4, a parking has been proposed in front of existing park. The existing ghats will be redeveloped to improve visual accessibility. Now this is the detailed plan of Zone BT2. Motorized road has been diverted to create a lane for parking. Further, that lane will be closed and will be used as non-motorized lane along with the green walkway. The jetties constructed on the lake will be having commercial kiosks and eatery. This is the waterfront stretch plan showing the sitting ghats, green walkway and commercial street. The ghats will provide interactive experience with the water. These are the overall proposals for the Maharaja Band Talab. In Zone MT3, existing sitting infrastructure along the lakefront will be improved with 2 viewing decks in between. The nursery present at the south of the lake can be used as botanical garden. MT1 will be developed as a new recreational zone with development of walkways and sitting ghats. It will also have a combination of motorized and non-motorized roads with separate parking facility. New boating facility has been provided in this zone. MT2 on the other hand has mainly residential areas, so it is designed as passive public area. On the top of the zone, parking has been given along with a viewing tower which can provide the aerial view of the Budha Talab and Maharaja Band Talab. Beneath it, a STP has been proposed to treat the inflow coming in the lake. Near residential area, a new park has been proposed which can be used by yoga club of the residents nearby. It is also connected to the walkways through a viewing deck. On the lower side, Existing park has been developed with walkways connecting the ends of the streets. This is the detailed plan of MT1 showing combination of lanes, green walkways, parking locations, boating deck, STP and viewing tower. This is the waterfront stretch plan showing the sitting ghats, green walkway and commercial street or non-motorized lane. Similar to Budha Talab, the ghats will provide interactive experience with the water. Overall proposals of Tikrapara Talab includes its surrounding and small ponds near Shiv Mandir at the west also. Zone TT1 and TT2 has existing park and residential area. So here, existing park has been developed and connected to the walkways created at the end of the streets. At the end of walkway, a new park has been proposed with exercise swings. At the end, a STP has been proposed to treat the inflow coming from catchment area. Zone TT3 has graveyard, so no intervention has been taken for that zone. In zone TT4, first, a new commercial area has been given for residents nearby. Then near Shiv Mandir, existing parks near ponds has been redeveloped and slums were resettled to improve visual access. On the Tikrapara stretch, a new lakefront has been proposed having its access from the main road. The entrance will have a parking facility. The lakefront will be non-motorized and the existing road towards graveyard has been diverted on the southern corner for more direct access. This is the detailed plan for new lakefront development. It shows new developed lakefront, commercial area, existing park redeveloped with walkways at the end of residential streets leading towards new park. This is waterfront stretch plan showing the sitting ghats, green walkway and parking. Similar to other two lakes, the ghats will provide interactive experience with the water. For the development of the project, overall project can be classified into three major components, which are lake restoration, infrastructure development and proposed facilities development. The organizations involved in the development works will be Raipur Municipality, Chhattisgarh Tourism Board and Raipur Smart City Limited. The expenditure of the projects will be for the three development components which has been explained here and operation and maintenance works over the time. The revenue generation can be done by various rents including parking, boating, rent from botanical garden, flower garden and weaving tower. Lease out spaces like commercial shops, kiosks and eateries can also provide revenue. The funding for various components can be brought by various organizations and existing government schemes. Some of the organizations and government schemes has been mentioned here. For implementation of project, phase-wise planning has been done in three phases. Phase 1 will be from 2020 to 2022, which will focus mainly on solving major issues before development like water pollution control, slum resettlement, etc. Phase 2 will be from 2023 to 2027 and it will consist of new development works like construction of ghats, lakefronts and park. Third and final phase will be from 2028 to 2031, which will be regarding new facilities along the lakefront like musical fountain development, botanical garden development and commercial establishment at jetties and lakefronts. Meanwhile, other developments will start functioning to attract the visitors. These are the references used for the thesis project. Thank you.